Imagine a world over 3,000 years ago. Civilizations are rising, knowledge is expanding, and influential men are shaping the course of history. This was a time when the pyramids of Egypt were already ancient wonders, and the philosophers of Greece were just beginning to ponder the mysteries of the universe. In Rome, the seeds of an empire were being sown, while in China, dynasties were carving out the future of an entire civilization. This era, stretching from 1000 BC to 1 AD, was a time of incredible innovation and change. It saw the development of sophisticated technologies, the birth of profound philosophies, and the forging of political systems that would influence the world for centuries to come. It was an era defined by the men who dared to dream, to question, and to lead. Let's meet some of the men who left their indelible marks on this fascinating era. First on our list is Confucius, the revered Chinese philosopher. Born in the state of Lu during the late spring and autumn period, Confucius's life was dedicated to teaching and the pursuit of wisdom. His philosophy is centered around the concepts of Ren, or benevolence, and Li, which refers to ritual propriety. Confucius believed that moral integrity and social harmony could be achieved by adhering to these principles. His teachings, collectively known as Confucianism, have greatly influenced not only Chinese culture but also those of Korea, Japan, and Vietnam. His ideas are deeply embedded in every aspect of these societies, from their systems of governance and education to the very fabric of their social interactions. He instilled a respect for authority and tradition, and the importance of personal virtue and social duty. His ideas have permeated the East, laying the groundwork for societal norms and expectations. Confucius's legacy continues to shape Eastern thought, even thousands of years after his death. From the East, we travel to ancient Greece, where we encounter Socrates, the father of Western philosophy. Born in Athens, Socrates dedicated his life to challenging traditional beliefs and encouraging critical thinking. He didn't write down his teachings, but his ideas have been preserved through the works of his students, notably Plato. Socrates' philosophy centered around ethics and the pursuit of knowledge. He famously claimed, "I know that I know nothing," illustrating his belief in the importance of questioning everything and continually seeking wisdom. This Socratic method of inquiry is still widely used in educational discussions and legal practices today. Perhaps the most significant impact of Socrates was his influence on future philosophers. His teachings laid the groundwork for the development of Western philosophical traditions and inspired influential thinkers like Plato and Aristotle. His influence can be seen in fields as diverse as ethics, logic, and political philosophy. Socrates' relentless pursuit of wisdom truly changed the world. Next, we encounter a man whose name echoes through the ages, Alexander the Great. Born to the king of Macedonia, Alexander's destiny was interwoven with the threads of power and ambition. From an early age, he was tutored by the philosopher Aristotle, whose teachings would later shape his strategic acumen. Alexander's reign was marked by an unquenchable thirst for conquest. From Greece to Egypt, Persia to India, his relentless campaigns built one of the largest empires the world had ever seen. His military genius was unparalleled, his strategies revered, and his victories legendary. However, Alexander's life was as fleeting as it was influential. He died at the tender age of 32, leaving behind an empire bereft of a leader, an empire that would crumble in the years to follow. Yet his legacy was indomitable. His strategies are studied in military academies even today, his name synonymous with military greatness. Alexander's empire didn't survive long after his death, but his influence certainly did. From Greece, we move to Rome, where we meet the infamous Julius Caesar. Born into an aristocratic family, his path to glory was not a straight one. Caesar's life was filled with political intrigue, military prowess, and a dash of scandal. His rise to power was a dramatic affair, marked by alliances, betrayals, and a knack for turning enemies into allies. His leadership, however, was transformative. Under his rule, Rome expanded its territories and its influence. He initiated reforms that improved the lives of Rome's citizens and increased its economic prosperity. But perhaps his most significant contribution was his role in transitioning Rome from a republic to an empire, a change that would shape the course of history for centuries to come. Yet his reign was not without its challenges. His increasing power stirred fear among the senators, leading to his tragic assassination. Caesar's assassination marked the end of his reign, but the beginning of his enduring legacy. We return to Greece to meet Aristotle, the man who taught Alexander the Great. Born in Stagira, a small town in northern Greece, Aristotle became one of the most renowned thinkers in history. His insatiable curiosity led him to delve into a vast array of subjects, from physics and biology to ethics and aesthetics. Aristotle's philosophy is a testament to his belief in empirical knowledge. His teachings in physics and biology laid the groundwork for centuries of scientific thought. His exploration of metaphysics questioned the very nature of reality. His writings on ethics, politics, and government shaped our understanding of communal living and governance. His work in aesthetics, poetry, theater, and music pioneered the study of art and its impact on human emotions. Aristotle's contributions to rhetoric, psychology, linguistics, and economics showcase his profound understanding of human behavior and societal dynamics. Aristotle's influence spans countless disciplines, demonstrating the true breadth of his wisdom. Now we voyage to the east to meet Gautama Buddha, the Enlightened One. Born as Siddhartha Gautama into a life of privilege, he soon became disillusioned with the material world's fleeting pleasures. This led him on an extraordinary quest for enlightenment, a journey that transformed him from a prince to an ascetic, and finally, to the Buddha. His teachings, encapsulated in the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path, offered a practical approach to alleviate suffering and achieve nirvana, a state of transcendent freedom. Buddhism, the religion founded on his teachings, emphasizes compassion, mindfulness, and the pursuit of wisdom. No longer was spiritual liberation the sole domain of priests and ascetics. Buddha's teachings democratized enlightenment, making it accessible to all. His impact was profound and far-reaching, influencing not only Eastern philosophy, but also sparking a global philosophical revolution. His legacy endures in the countless lives touched by his teachings. Buddha's teachings continue to guide millions of people around the world. We return to China to meet Emperor Qin Shi Huang, the man who united China. Born as Ying Zheng, he ascended to the throne at a tender age of 13. As he grew, so did his ambitions. He dreamed of a unified China, a notion almost unthinkable in an era of warring states. During his reign, he implemented a series of radical reforms, standardizing everything from weights and measures to the written script. He abolished feudalism, replacing it with a centralized bureaucratic government. His obsession with immortality led to the construction of the still-standing terracotta army, a testament to his power and vision. But his rule was no bed of roses. His harsh laws and brutal punishments often invited criticism. His burning of books and burying of scholars remains a dark spot on his legacy. Emperor Qin's rule was controversial, but his impact on China is undeniable. His vision of a unified China laid the foundation for the nation we know today. Finally, we journey to Bethlehem to meet a man whose impact is felt even today, Jesus Christ. Born in a humble manger, Jesus lived a life marked by teachings of love, compassion, and forgiveness. His parables and lessons, recorded in the New Testament of the Bible, offer insights into human behavior and morality that still resonate deeply with millions around the world. Jesus' teachings were revolutionary, challenging the religious and social norms of his time. He preached equality, forgiveness, and love for all, values that were radical and transformative. His life and death eventually gave rise to Christianity, one of the world's largest religions, with followers spread across every continent. In the centuries since his crucifixion, Jesus' teachings have profoundly shaped art, culture, ethics, law, and even politics. His life continues to inspire countless individuals, and his message of love and compassion remains as relevant today as it was 2,000 years ago. Jesus' teachings have influenced billions of people and continue to do so. From philosophers to emperors, these men have shaped our world. Confucius, with his profound insights, reshaped Eastern philosophy, while Socrates laid the foundation for Western thought. Alexander the Great, through his conquests, spread Hellenistic culture far and wide, and Julius Caesar's reign marked a significant turning point in the history of Rome. Aristotle, the man of wisdom, influenced numerous fields from science to politics, and Gautama Buddha's teachings continue to guide millions towards the path of enlightenment. Emperor Qin Shi Huang, despite his controversial reign, unified China and left a lasting impact on its culture. And lastly, Jesus Christ, through his teachings of love and forgiveness, forever altered the course of human spirituality. Collectively, these 10 men have left indelible marks on various facets of our existence, from philosophy and religion to governance and warfare. Their legacies continue to shape our world, reminding us of the power of individuals to change the course of history.